Typhoon Kong-Rey, the strongest storm to hit Taiwan in almost 30 years, made landfall on Thursday. Authorities took extensive safety measures by closing schools, offices and financial markets, evacuating thousands and grounding hundreds of flights. The typhoon brought sustained winds of 126 miles per hour, equivalent to a Category 3 hurricane. Power outages impacted 500,000 households, while 73 injuries were reported. Rainfall forecasts predicted nearly 4 feet in mountainous areas, increasing risks of landslides and flooding. Taiwan's government deployed 36,000 soldiers, and 8,600 residents evacuated high-risk areas. President Lai Ching-te urged the public to stay indoors for safety, while residents in Taipei hurried to buy essentials. Many public events were cancelled, including a concert series by popular band Mayday, to prevent potential accidents during the storm. The typhoon's effects reached neighboring regions like China, where train routes were suspended and thousands of emergency workers were deployed. The late season intensity of Kong-Rey has been attributed to record-high ocean temperatures, a factor fueling severe typhoons this year. Typhoon Kong-Rey has intensified as one of the most powerful storms to strike Taiwan this year, prompting officials to enforce strict precautions. As the storm made landfall, evacuation orders were issued across 13 cities, affecting over 9,600 residents. Public services were halted, while the government advised citizens to stay indoors to avoid dangerous conditions caused by heavy rains and fierce winds. The severity of Kong-Rey brought early impacts, including massive waves along Taiwan's eastern coast and severe rainfall in various regions. Emergency teams quickly mobilized to clear roads, and military support was put in place to aid in potential rescue operations. Several regions prepared for landslides as rainfall forecasts pointed to up to 4 feet in the island's mountainous zones. The typhoon arrived following another strong storm, adding to what has already been a volatile weather season for Taiwan. Experts noted that while typhoon season typically ends in September, warmer ocean temperatures could have contributed to the late formation of Kong-Rey. This unusual timing caught many citizens off guard, intensifying public concern as October is rarely associated with such strong storms. As the typhoon hit, transportation and infrastructure across Taiwan faced significant disruptions. More than 500 flights were cancelled and major ferry services were suspended. Many of Taiwan's businesses were affected, with the National Stock Exchange halting operations for the day to ensure public safety. In affected areas, authorities set up temporary shelters for those forced to evacuate their homes. Coastal areas experienced the brunt of the typhoon's force, with gusts reaching speeds similar to a Category 3 hurricane. In response, Taiwan Power Company deployed repair teams to areas experiencing power outages, which affected hundreds of thousands of homes. Emergency services remained on high alert, equipped with vehicles and supplies to support residents in case of further complications. Alongside efforts in Taiwan, officials in China took precautionary steps as Kong-Rey approached the southeastern coast. Weather agencies forecasted that the typhoon could bring dangerous winds and torrential rain to populous areas like Shanghai. Several train routes in the Yangtze River Delta region were temporarily suspended, and emergency workers were placed on standby for rescue efforts. In addition to widespread evacuation efforts, health and emergency advisories were issued, warning of possible flash floods and landslides. Local media shared footage of residents securing their properties, while some stores experienced a rush for essential supplies. The eastern region of Taiwan, with its rugged terrain, is particularly vulnerable, and officials expect additional landslides as the storm progresses. Social media saw many residents sharing updates on the typhoon's progression, with some describing it as a once-in-a-generation event. Typhoon Kong-Rey's significant impact has sparked discussions about the changing climate and the possibility of future severe storms occurring outside traditional seasons. Local meteorologists are closely monitoring the storm's movement as it heads towards China and southern Japan, where it could bring further challenges.